Welcome back to another edition of End of Day Report with yours truly, Dex, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com. So, this is one of those situations, one of those situations where there's nothing you can do. You have to go forward and enjoy yourself. All right, so as you know, today is Monday, Black Monday, Panic Monday, Apocalypse Monday, all that good stuff. That's exactly what it is. So now the question is, where do we go from here? I have to tell you, today I had a feeling that it was going to be a very difficult day. I did tell you guys that in pre-market post scan. I told you that in the emergency report on Sunday. I told you that I was concerned that that was going to happen, and it did. And now we are in total panic mode. It just so happens, too, that people are really starting to lose their minds, man. They are really panicking. They're going full tilt. There's no food in the grocery stores. The grocery stores have run out of food. People are having to travel out of town and even out of state to find food because there is none. We are already experiencing an interruption in the supply chain. In addition to that, I've been told by one of the managers at the grocery store that when the trucks come in, they have no idea what's going to be on the truck, but it's not uncommon at times for a tractor trailer truck to pull in, back up, they open the tractor trailer up, and there's only one pallet on the truck, and it's not a full pallet. When I say it's not a full pallet, it may have less than 10 items on there, like one or two people could just lift up and just walk it off the truck. You don't need a forklift or anything. You can just go in there, grab the little teeny box or whatever it is, and just walk right out with it. No forklift needed. That's some scary stuff, man. That is some scary stuff. And the photos are coming in from all over the place. No food, no food, no food. No food. This is getting quite scary because when people panic, it causes you to have to act and respond in ways that you normally do not act and respond. So, all we can do at this point is take the advice I gave you earlier, hope and pray. You definitely got to do that. Hope and pray. And just hunker down. Prepare the best you can. Do the things you can. Help your neighbors. Get with like-minded people, family, and friends. Look out for the elderly and those that can't do for themselves. Okay? So now I need to tell you something, because the things that I predicted back on the late, great Charlie McGrath's Wide Awake News radio show has already starting to come to pass. You're not going to believe some of the things that I'm going to tell you. So I need you to just trust me. Just take the information anyway. Do what you have to do anyway. All right, so that you don't get blindsided. The rumors are flying, the streets are talking. Word on the street is that any day now, the United States is going to be going into full lockdown. They will not allow anyone to come in to the country. Straight up. The word on the street is that within the next 72 hours, California and the state of Washington are going into lockdown. The word on the street, because the streets is talking, is that the National Guard has already been called up. I repeat, the National Guard has been called up. That's the word on the street. You're about to see boots on the ground. Do you know what their first order of business is? They're dispatching them, like I told you on Wide Awake News years ago. They're going to dispatch them at all the grocery stores, all of the Walmarts and things of that nature. They're going to be posted up. And guess where else they're going to be posted up? You guessed it, the banks. Guess what else? Word on the streets is talking is supposed to be happening. I don't even know if I should tell you this or not. Don't know. All right. I'm just going to just put it out there. Don't ask me to evaluate. I can't do it. I can only tell you. I'm just going to mention it. I'm just going to throw it out there. And that's it. I can't. Don't ask me to evaluate because I can't. All right. Word on the street is that they're also running out of guns and ammo, especially ammo. And people are being sent home. So background checks can't be done. So if you have to do all that, you can't purchase a gun, right? Ain't nobody there to do it. Can't purchase a gun. All right. Next on the agenda. Supposedly, the president is supposed to be addressing the nation tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have it on good word that he's going to do some Fed speak. He's going to talk without saying a lot of stuff. All right. Here's what I have not heard and what there is no talk about. There is no talk on closing banks or closing the markets. As a matter of fact, the opposite has been stated. They said they refuse and will not close the markets, and they have no need to close the banks. The Fed has already guaranteed all the banks, and the Fed has already guaranteed Wall Street. As a matter of fact, I also have it on some pretty reliable sources that the Wall Street crash that we have been seeing is pretty much about to come to an end. And the Fed is going to start buying up and bidding up the market, not PPT as we are accustomed to seeing, but something else. They're going to backstop the markets. They're going to provide liquidity to the markets. Within the next 72 hours, we should start to see Wall Street start to tick back up. The next primary rally alert that we get should be it. And we should have a short-term bottom by then. That's all I'm waiting for is the primary rally alert to kick off. And then that should pretty much do it. I think that dip, flirting with 19,000 is going to pretty much be it. I think we're going to go to like 19.5, somewhere around there on the Dow. And then that's when we start basing out and then we rally back up again. Now, that's the word on the street. All right, that's the word on the street. I know people are panicking. I know people are just going berserk. But the word on the street is this is all about to be over as far as the carnage on Wall Street. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I'm just putting out to you what the word on the street is. Now, with that being said, though, as the stock market starts to level out, we're going to have a new problem. Guess what the new problem is going to be? The bond market. The bond market has been artificially bubbled up. Word on the street is the bond market will begin to pop and will begin to implode and will begin to scare the life out of everyone. See, people thought that it was the stock market that you need to pay attention to, and that's the thing that's really scary. Nah, it's that bond market. It's that bond market. That bond market, you start seeing bond prices below par, that is frightening. That is absolutely frightening. I cannot stress enough to you how frightening bonds below par will be. All right. Time frame. That one is a little open-ended. But however, it could be around the same time that we start leveling out in the stock market, if not sooner. One doesn't have to wait for the other one. What's the old saying? Offense don't have to wait for defense. All right. We have not seen a par bond since the 90s. If we see a par bond, they won't be able to hold interest rates at zero. Interest rates will shoot up like a rocket ship. And then that could cause major problems for the economy. All right. So I gotta tell you, this part of the drama may be coming to a close, but the big thing behind this is that bond market. All right. Now, this life cycle of this coronavirus is 90 days. I've told you that. That takes us out to around June, May, June. We should be totally out of the woods and done by May, June. That's the summer. Selling may go away. But because of the carnage, the market's not going to just stay down there like that. It's going to rally. And it's going to rally all summer and rally into the end of the year. Once we come out of this around May or June. So now what does that leave us? Well, it's going to be a very bumpy ride between now and May and June. A lot of things may take place. All you got to do is ride it out and we're going to be all right. Once the bond prices start to implode, you know that it started. If and when the bond prices drop below par, we are in serious trouble. Bond prices dropping below par. Par is 100. Once we go below 100, that is it. Serious trouble. All right. So here are 3 things for you guys to watch. And then we're going to get on to the charts, because that's what you came here for. You got to watch that crude oil futures price. You got to watch the US dollar index. And you got to watch these bonds. No matter what they tell you, a low crude price is a stimulus to you, the individual, the American people. Because now your energy bills are coming down. I don't know about you, but I put gas in my car today. I filled that tank up so that I could go and take advantage of these prices below $2. All right. I urge you, if you have not done so, to do the same. Okay. Now, as far as the question that I got up here about the bonds, what's the best way to play the bonds? Well, you got options, no pun intended. You got your bond futures. You also got TLT and TBT, which is the inverse. There's also the 3X ETFs. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I know they begin with T something. I think was a TYO or TYD, something like that. Anyway, just look at just Google the Rixian 3x ETFs for the bonds, the inverse ETFs, and they'll come up there for you. All right, let's see here. Okay, looks like we may have some good news here. Stores in New York City, tolerable, Trader Joe's, Fairway, Whole Foods, Health Nuts, local chain, but the stores thus far are being supplied. That's great because guess what? I got to tell you, the Whole Foods where I'm at, empty. Empty. So at least you guys got it going on. Yeah, man. I know California, they raping y'all with that three. Yeah, I know your gas is always way higher than over here. Look, if you guys need some last minute supplies or you need to put gas in your car, whatever, go ahead and do that today real quick. Because in the next 72 hours, man, if you start seeing boots on the ground, you start seeing the National Guard moving in and stuff, things are starting to lock down. You just want to make sure you have as much as you need, all right, before they start locking down and clamping down. And they're not going to be playing either. Once they lock down, they're not going to be playing, folks. It's not going to be playing, all right? So just ride this thing out. Let's get ready. Ride this thing out. All right? We're not done yet. All right? Until you hear me instruct you and tell you, okay, now I'm backing up the truck. It's time to load up on this or load up on that, or I'm doing this or I'm doing that, then you do nothing. You follow the system, but don't trade outside of the system. Don't think you know more than the markets or you know more than the system. Don't do that to yourself. Don't hurt yourself, okay? Follow the system. Don't try to outthink the system. It won't work. All right. So please listen to what I'm saying to you. All right. With that being said, let's just jump right into some charts right quick. It's been a long day and I am exhausted, players. Seriously, man. Just been out here banging out videos and coaching and trading and providing advice and making sure I got all the stuff I need up in my house. You know, just it's been busy, folks. All right. So before I jump into the first chart here, right now, the futures markets have opened. So technically speaking, we're already trading Tuesday's markets right now. The Dow is up 343 points. NASDAQ's up 146 and 3/4. S&P up 34 and 1/4. Russell up 11. Bitcoin futures up 50. All right. And nat gas up 2 cents at 178. Crude oil is up 75 cents at $29.47 a barrel. Long bond is down 13.30 seconds. Gold is up $27.20 at $1,513.70. Silver is at $13.17, up 35. And your dollar index is up 7 ticks at 78.14. So little dead cat bounce here, all right? Don't get too excited though. All right, let me get these charts open for you. Okay, so first thing we got here is Bitcoin. All right, we're going to go into this Bitcoin. Now, this is the Bitcoin futures composite. As you can see, we're still under heavy selling pressure. That momentum is really not good. The momentum is not good. Also, your trend lines are starting to cross. We just crossed down on the trend lines. We do not like to see that. We do not like to see that. All right. We do not like to see that. All right. Your shorter term here, or say your intermediate trend line, is crossing below the longer term trend line. Not a good look. It's not something you want to see. All right. That cross right there, that is a death cross to the downside. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but it happened. All right, it happened. So now what we got to do is we got to see how this thing is going to play out. We got the first signal that something was wrong on this day here. Well, let me get my thing out. Here you go. We knew something was wrong about right here, like between this bar and this bar. We got the signal that momentum had now crossed below not only the intermediate, but now the longer term support. So we took out intermediate support, and then we took out the key long-term support right here. All right. March 10th. All right. March 9th and 10th. That's when something bad happened. The 10th confirmed it. All right. That we were below the long-term support. We had broken it, and that's what we were. We were below on the close. We were below the long-term support. We had crossed below it, which is devastating. All right? Say it with me. Devastating. We do not ever want to see something like this happen, but it happened. All right? And we cannot ignore it. This is what happened. So when we see something like this, we gotta deal with it. This was that confirmation. This was the signal here, confirmation here. And then we just gave up the ghost, and this is the rest is history. Now here's that primary rally alert followed by a secondary rally alert. So I'm looking for that narrow range inside day tomorrow. Hopefully no more gap downs, okay? But it's looking like because of this super bearish pointer that's probably what's going to happen. Instead of the narrow range inside day, I'm looking for a possible fallout, roll out of the bed situation to drop us back below 4,000 and take us down to that 1,000. Right now, this momentum being like this is saying we going way down. We going down. All right, so I'm hoping that the momentum, something happens and we get an explosion to the upside. But for you bulls, man, you ain't got nothing to be happy about. You ain't got nothing to be bullish about right now. The bears are in full control of Bitcoin right now. So I just had to show you that. All right, so got a primary crash alert for tomorrow. Let's just hope it don't gap down, but it's looking nasty. All right, taking a look at bonds. You asked about bond futures. This is your 10-year note futures right now, okay? We got a bullish pointer right here. We're in correction. We have a short-term top in place. All right, we got a primary crash alert followed by a secondary crash alert. Market did come down, then managed to get back up here today. And now we're down a little bit in the overnight. There's a strong possibility that we're about to head lower. The momentum right here, we were kind of like flat for a little bit. Then we dipped down. Now we've come back up slightly. So I want to say right now we're still in that down channel. It's still intact. And technically speaking, it's probably setting up for another drop. So we're going to have to watch this one very closely. Now, the trend itself is still fine, as you can see. Trend is fine. All right, this red line here is the intermediate, trend line, and then the orange one is the long-term trend line support. So as you can see, we're still good. We're still good here. And your momentum readings up here is still good. So we lost some bullish momentum, and now we're kind of like setting up for that next leg down, and that puts the trend line support right here in play. This trend line is in play now, which is down here around the 133 level on the 10-year note. All right, moving right along. All right, so here is the Dow futures. You can see it's not looking good at all. You see today was the biggest drop in market history. We closed down just three ticks off of 3,000, a 3,000 point settlement. Absolutely stunning. Look how many deviations, standard deviations we have moved now from the trend line resistance. This is massive. So at some point, we know that this thing is going to gun back up to around the 27,000 level. It's just not right now. Narrow range inside day predicted for turnaround Tuesday. We just don't want to see a gap down for turnaround Tuesday. We've been failing at every turnaround Tuesday. One leg, two leg, third leg. Will we be putting in a fourth leg? We have to see. All right, let's see here. Question. Thanks, Dex. What do you think about the beat down cinema, airline, and cruise stocks? Are they good to start accumulating here for any type of short-term bounces? No way. Follow the system. 100%. Follow the system, follow the system, follow the system, follow the system. Now, let me tell you another reason why I say no way, because the stock indexes have not turned. There's no bottom yet. There's no bottom on this chart. No bottom. You have not even heard me say I'm getting long anything. I'm not long the stock market in any way, shape, or form. If anything, I will be patient, wait for the technical bounce, and then put another short on. But there's no way in the world I can play a long trade right here. I'm not going to do that. This is not that market to do that in. Remember, we're in catastrophic market. We're in panic markets. A panic market, you can't dumpster dive. If this was a regular market, I could have went in here and be like, ooh, yeah, this thing came down too hard and fast. Let me go ahead and let me go ahead and buy this right here on the close. Put my stop right here. Then the next day, oh yeah, I'm looking good. And then it would have kept going up. But no. This is where the panic was getting ready to start to come in. And look at this, every day down, no relief, every day down, no relief. What do you do with how are you gonna buy this? Every day if you bought on the close every day, you were wrong. You were wrong. You were wrong. What do you do? Now, let me give you my next piece of evidence, okay? There is no bounce in cinema. Want to know why? Because Comcast announced today that starting on the 20th, which is in a couple of days from now, you're going to be able to utilize their services to go to the movies without leaving your house. Any movies playing in the theater, you'll be able to go ahead and order and watch/rent it directly from your house. Every movie that's playing in the movie theater. Comcast announced that feature is going to be available on the 20th, March 20th. So is that going to help cinema? I don't think so. Not really, because they don't make money by people buying movie tickets. They make money at the concession stands. See what I'm saying? That's where their money's made. So no, this is not going to help cinema. And airlines, yeah, the president said he was going to take care of them. But we really don't know what that really entails and how that's going to work. Remember, airlines have been in trouble for a long time. Airlines have been in trouble longer than some of you listening to me right now, longer than you've been alive. Remember what I told you? The deregulation hit in 1989 for the airline industry. And what do? Airlines have been in trouble ever since. As far as I'm concerned, the nail in the coffin for airlines was that Lockerbie flight, the Pan Am Lockerbie plane that blew up. That was it. As far as I'm concerned, the airline industry blew up back then. So airline stocks have just been getting knocked out. Then when 9/11 came, they had to be rescued again because remember all flights were grounded. Just nonsense. This chaos. Plus, the airline industry and the cruise industry, they're a different world. I mean, literally, they're a different world. Literally. Like, the airport is not a part of the United States. You know that, right? Any airport you go to is not part of the United States. I don't care if you go to LAX, JFK. Once you get inside those gates, the airport is its own entity. It's its own location. Yeah. Yeah. And all the largest airports that we have in the country have multiple acronyms of government agencies that are active and working on the airport. You just don't see them. That is also a fact. Yep. On the cruise ship side, did you know the cruise ship, once it goes out to sea, it is also no longer part of a country. It's its own country. Under maritime law, it's on a whole nother rule set. Why do you think the cruise industry hasn't really been able to be defeated? You know how many bodies go overboard on these cruise ships on the regular? And you ain't heard no class action lawsuits or nothing, not successful, because they're their own country once they're out to sea. So the airline industry, the cruise industry, they're just weird. They're a whole different ball of wax. So I don't get it. But anyway, let's see. We're gonna get to gold, and we're gonna get to the miners. All right. So let me stop talking and get back to the charts. We can knock this out. All right. As far as that was the Bitcoin's prospects over the next 3 to 6 months. Tune in. We'll get to that. All right. So let me move on. Let me get out of this chart. Obviously, I'm moving too slow for y'all. Okay. Financial sector XLF. As you can see, this one also took it on the chin again. All the momentum is still to the downside, folks. But this one put in a bullish pointer right here. So this one can actually have a good turnaround Tuesday tomorrow. XLF could get a little bounce, a little technical bounce here. We'll see. I'm only involved in any of these charts, regardless of what I say. I follow the system, and I'm only involved if the system is involved. But we do got that cross right here, and the momentum is straight down in a vertical line on the financials. So financials right now are just in the toilet. Nothing nice to say about that chart. Remember, these are algo charts too. All right, here's the bond, the TLT. Look at that time bomb right here. The black, I got a black ticking time bomb in the corner here. That means this thing is about to explode. Will it be higher? Will it be lower? This here is not a bullish pointer at all. It's not a pointer, if that's what you were thinking. It's a short-term top. Primary crash alert, we've come all the way down. Now we got a primary rally alert for tomorrow. We still may get a little bounce in the treasuries tomorrow, but just be on the lookout, because we're right here near trend line support, and we're in a corrective state. All right, we're in a bull market correction now in TLT. So you may want to watch it. All right, you may want to watch it. Primary rally alert, though, we could get that one more bounce, but then again, we'll have to see what happens in the overnight market on the future side. Here's the Russell futures. Nasty. We end the day with a bearish pointer. Any technical Tuesday, turnaround Tuesday bounce is going to end up getting met with this pointer. We got to do business with this pointer. Tomorrow's rally should be sold by Wednesday or Thursday. Looking at crude oil. I've been waiting on this crude oil to make its mind up. All right, crude oil right now is trying to do some type of a bottom right now. Trying to do a bottoming process, okay? We're not making new highs. We're not making new lows. And we technically filled the gap on this bar here, technically. So it can go lower. Crude oil can still turn around and go a lot lower. But it is a basing out process. The only question I really got is this a base for a support, or is this a base for the next leg down, like the base back here? Like the base back here. Is it this one? Is it this one? Or is it going to be another one of these? See, this one you gapped all the way down and then look back. What are we doing here? This is a good one to watch, because this one is behaving like it normally is supposed to, where you have that back-to-back canceling out, narrow range inside day, trading within the range that's been established. But this bar has changed that. It's broken out of the consolidation range and chose to go back into the bearish pointer right here. We're on our way to testing and taking out the pointer. This says we're heading to 25. Momentum is also not looking hot. It's looking mad bearish. So that is my take on the oil. The algo charts do not lie. NASDAQ 100. We're doing it again. Are we basing out for another leg down like we did here? Like we did here? And this is a more elongated one, but it's still the same. Look at this. Look at this. The patterns are emerging. Now, this one had 2 down legs in it. And you got here. This one has 1 down leg in it before you get this. So the question is the next leg down going to be absolutely amazing? Or can we get that turnaround Tuesday narrow range inside day bar and then kind of base out and then maybe possibly break out and correct or not? But no, really, we don't really have any major bearish pointers to deal with on this down leg. The last bearish pointer we had was back here and then again here. And they've both been taken out already. So far, the NASDAQ is a big question mark. Yeah, I know the momentum is whizzack, and we have not turned bearish on the NASDAQ. We have not crossed. Let me take that back. It's not that we haven't turned bearish. We've been bearish, but we haven't crossed. We have not crossed. All right. The longer term scope is still in a bullish perspective. Remember me always telling you guys that a market can be so fluffed up that it can sustain massive drawdowns, massive corrections, and still be in a bull market? Well, that's this right here. That's this right here. Look at this. We are still bullish. As long as this red line stays over this orange line, we are still in a bullish complexion in the market. And the market can still rally back up. Now, if this crosses below this, that's your death cross from an algorithmic perspective. Remember, these algo charts are totally different than if you tried to pull this up in your charting package where you trade at. It's not going to be the same. It's totally different. We haven't crossed. We have not crossed. There's still a ray of hope. Maybe the NASDAQ is going to be the leader to lead us out of this. All right. This here is Neo, and there's something wrong with my chart. I will need to fix that. I have no idea what is going on with that. I do not know. I have to look into it. I have no idea. Let me see. I think I know what happened. I can fix that right now. Let's see. I think I know exactly what happened. Yep, I see it. Okay. I see what happened. I kind of figured that. Okay. Sorry for the silence. It doesn't want to act right. I have to fix it later. It's just not acting right. Yeah, it's not acting right. Thought I could fix it right here on the spot so you guys could see the chart, but it's not working out. Doesn't want to cooperate. Yeah, it's not acting right. It's not going to let me do it. I have to do it later. So let's go on to the next chart. All right, so here's Litecoin. All right, on the Litecoin chart, we have been locked into a bearish phase for quite a while without even knowing it. All this right here was just bear market rallying, and then we come right back down again. Very interesting. Algo charts are a trip. Yep, algo charts are a trip. So this one, until we cross back up, Litecoin looks like it's going to be stuck in this negative momentum cycle for quite some time. All right, next one. All right, this is GDXJ, the gold miners you were asking me about. All right, so we haven't crossed on this one yet either, but we do have terrible negative momentum. We do have a ray of sunshine with this primary rally alert for tomorrow. Maybe we can get a nice little turnaround Tuesday rally for this one. Okay, so we will have to see. Yes, we do miss Charlie, the late, great Charlie McGrath, very much. Let's see here. All right, let me just make sure I understand it. So if they close the markets, increase divergence, paper money versus physical, as bullion dealers let demand dictate the reopen markets with new price reflecting reality, a reset as government go fiscally retarded. That's funny you mentioned that, because that's also a possibility for the financial markets as well. So that's an interesting thought, something to think about. Yep, crabby dog tricks. Yep. When I first saw that handle, I was like, what in the world does that mean, man? So I thought that was dope. And yeah, you're right. Crabby dog tricks came first. You're right. Before the wide awake news. Yep, absolutely. All right. So your miners, you got a ray of sunshine, got a primary rally alert for tomorrow for turnaround Tuesday. Let's see how much bounce we can get out of it. Maybe J Nug would be in play here and could get us somewhere. Then again, maybe we don't do much about nothing, but we do have this slight little gap right here. I'm gonna say the target wants to go to this bullish pointer gap thingy. We'll probably get to like 32, 33 perhaps on the GDXJ. Let's see. But we haven't crossed. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully this thing will not give us a death cross to the downside. All right, here's your euro yen with the time bomb ticking on it as well. Not a good thing. The primary rally alert, the market failed. So all those order bids here could not keep the market up, and the rally was sold. All right, the accumulation failed. Now we got a sword. We got a double-edged sword, which is the same as a canceling out effect. So we got a trading range established now. So for tomorrow's Take Back Friday, we're looking at a narrow range inside day, possibly. All right, let's give me 1 second. All right, so now let's take a look. Moving right on. All right, excuse me. All right, here's Ethereum. Ethereum has itself in a narrow range situation as well. This is a bearish pointer here, and we got a primary crash alert for tomorrow. So Ethereum looks like it could actually go down tomorrow. So you got to keep an eye open for that. The market tried to turn bullish up in here. We got real close, but no cigar. And then the market just lost it, and then we just came right back down again. So the trend here is still a bearish one. All right, and looking to get worse. All right, for the E-mini S&P 500, same thing. 1, 2 leg, 3 leg. Are we ready to put in a 4th down leg? That's the question. Crash alert for tomorrow. The last few crash alerts have played out beautifully. We got the rally pop that set up the next leg. We got the rally pop set up the next leg. We got the rally pop setting up the next leg here. Tomorrow could be a rather down significant day if we don't get a turnaround Tuesday. All right, taking a look here at silver futures. Look at the carnage today on the silver futures. Haven't had a move this large since 2011. This is fantastical. Look at that. And we finished off with a bearish pointer. And the bullish phase is looking to be over. We could get across here and look at the momentum. It's like straight down, straight down. Absolutely incredible. Straight down. Like a roller coaster coming off a drop or a waterfall, just straight down. No break in sight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days so far down, coming off of the primary crash alert back here. Unbelievable. Silver is a mess right now. Here's soybean futures for you commodities freaks. All right, straight down today also on the beans, just total carnage. But we do have a ray of sunshine. We do have a bullish pointer created right here for the day. But the momentum is a mess. We def crossed. Right up in here, we def crossed. And we've been coming down ever since. There's just no demand for our beans if China ain't buying, right? All right, here's gold futures. Ticking time bomb right here. And we still have our bullish complexion. Momentum is coming straight down, though, coming straight at you like a train and threatening to drop below the longer-term support. You don't want to see this happening. All right, if this momentum drops below the longer-term support, then we wait for the confirmation. The blue line drops first, the dots come second. The dot plot, if the dot plot drops below the longer term, the market is in trouble. As long as the dot plot can stay above the longer term trend line support, we're good. The momentum can go there, but you don't want to see the dot plot confirm it. Momentum is your reading. The dot plot is your confirmation signal. You don't want to see that. You do not want to see that. This right here says that the top is in for right now. The dot plot just dropped below the intermediate. The highs are in. It's saying that it's over. Anything bullish you had in your mind, forget about it. It's over. All right, that's what the algos are suggesting. And the price action has already also dropped pretty significantly. We're below the Kumo cloud and not looking pretty at all. US dollar index. Wait a minute. US dollar index has that ticking time bomb too. It's bounced up nice. We had that primary rally alert, even got a secondary rally alert. Market came up, but then we switched down today, and now we got a bearish pointer and a primary crash alert for tomorrow in the US dollar. Here's what's happening. So you have your, looks like we got a bullish cross. Okay, no, we didn't. What happened was the market just kind of leveled out. Then the market made its mind up, and now we're bullish, but then we're starting to ride the two lines, move parallel again. Your momentum totally up, crossed above both the long-term and intermediate resistance trend lines, and now the dot plot is threatening to cross up as well. Hasn't done it yet. It hasn't confirmed that we're going to turn bullish in the US dollar yet. The signal line has confirmed it, but the dot plot has not yet. All right. If the dot plot crosses above it, then it's a wrap. It is what it is. All right. It's like when it came down here, it broke the first support. That was the first alarm. Right here was the first alarm. Then we got that official right here on this bar right here. We broke past the long-term trend line, and that was a wrap. Once you do that, it's a wrap. The market came down, then it came back up. Now, see, just looking at the naked eye, if you're looking at the naked eye, you say, oh, we're back. Baby, we're back. But no, look at the chart. Even though the complexion is in a bullish configuration, your dot plot is not there yet. It's saying, no, I'm not there yet. And your momentum is turned and went flat. It went from going straight up vertically to leveling out and actually looking like it's ready to possibly even dip. So you're at a crossroads here with the US dollar. Where do we go from here? This crash alert, is it going to confirm that the bullish weekly trend momentum is over? That's the good question for tomorrow. Remember, I said you got to watch the dollar, watch crude oil futures, and then you got to watch the bonds. So we're on market watch right now. All right. With that being said, take advantage of our free webinars that we got. We got 3 webinars going on this week. Go to pulsewavetrading.com so you can register for those webinars. They're free. We're going to break down how we do everything, and it's going to be a blessing to you. In addition to that, you can go ahead and get a 6-pack. Get one for a friend. It's only 69 bucks. It'll put the power of the PulseWave price trigger system in your hands. And once you have that in your hands, you'll be in a position to get some money in your hands. All right, put the money right there in your hands. With that being said, I'll be back tomorrow morning for the pre-market pulse scan. And you know what my motto is. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. See y'all in the AM. Peace.